Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. It's Paulie Esther here, and Dead by Daylight has released another one of those surveys across various social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, etc. Even there's a link in game for you to take your player satisfaction survey, and I would always encourage you to take part in one of these and let your voice be heard. I know a lot of you think they don't read it and it doesn't do anything, but you know, it's one of those things. If you don't vote, you can't complain about it, right? So I would encourage you to go through the survey. It's kind of a cookie cutter survey of what they normally do after a chapter comes out. They want to know what you think of the chapter's visuals, the theme, the synergy of the perks, all of those kind of things. It's kind of rubber stamp. But there is a section at the end that I want to talk about because I have a great deal of concerns about it, and I want to hear what you think about it. So anyway, we're going to get into this. It says the Dead by Daylight team would like your feedback and a player satisfaction survey. We encourage you to be as honest as possible by letting us know how you feel about the game. The information and answers provided are anonymous. Access the survey here. I will have a link to this survey that you can access in the first pinned comment and the description of the video so that you can take part in it. So when you click the link, it takes me to this player satisfaction survey. Thank you for taking the time to give your feedback on Dead by Daylight. The purpose of this survey is to measure player satisfaction and your opinions on several topics pertaining to Dead by Daylight. It should take approximately 20 minutes to complete. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole survey here. I'm going to skip forward. Like I said, a lot of it is those same generic questions that we see over and over. They basically want to know your impressions about the latest chapter. But at the end, there are some questions that I want to talk to you about that I have great concerns about. Okay, so the part I'm referring to happens after this section of questions. It seems if you answer yes on this, the question about whether or not you participated in the My Little Oni event, it asks you follow-up questions to the My Little Oni, and then it skips the section of questions that concern me. So we're going to skip this entirely. If you skip that, it asks you if you played in Lights Out. If you say yes, it'll ask you more questions about that. So we're going to skip that. And then if you skip that, it asks you if you played in the Blood Moon event. If you answer yes, it'll ask you more questions about that. By the way, if you answer yes to My Little Oni or Lights Out, then it's not going to ask you about Blood Moon. So it really has a lot of twists and turns. I guess it's to keep the survey short, that it'll just eliminate some questions. There'll be some questions that you won't get if you answer yes to some of the previous questions. So we're skipping that. Then it goes through and it asks you about how you feel about player cards here. I'm not going to answer any of this for fear that it's going to exclude me from the part that I want to get to. So we're not going to answer anything about player cards or charms. I also want to know how satisfied we are with the charms program. So we're going to skip that. And then we're going to get to the section that I want to talk about, which is survivor bots. Bots in regular trials. The following questions consider survivor bots in regular trials only. Were you aware that disconnected players are replaced with survivor bots in regular trials? Yep, sure. To what extent do you agree or disagree with the following statements on bots in regular trials? Survivor bots hindered the team's ability to achieve its collective objective within a regular trial. Yes, I strongly agree with that. Let me just cut in this footage here of a survivor bot on the PTB most recently that completely avoided unhooking me whenever I raised my hands up to the hook. It's kind of hilarious that just me raising my hands up, like feigning that I'm going to try and pull myself off the hook, made her turn tail and run away over and over and over again. I find that absolutely hilarious. I don't like bots in games. The current state of survivor bots reflects the skill level of the teammates I'm paired with. Yes and no. Sometimes they do a really weird avoidance of the killer where they just go to the edge of the map and like they're easily downed. It's dependent. It's very uneven. I mean, the skill level of the players who are DCing on me can't be great if they're just dipping all the time. Is the bot better? I don't know. I don't like playing with bots. I feel connected to my teammates' actions even with survivor bots in a regular trial. Cannot disagree with that anymore. I don't care about the bots at all. In addition of survivor bots, the addition of survivor bots negatively impacts the competitive integrity of a regular trial. I completely agree with that wholeheartedly. How easy or difficult is it to play with and against survivor bots in regular trials? Against survivor bots, it's pretty easy once you know it's a bot, because you know that you can't mind game them with walls because they have perfect information to react to your movements. So you basically have to force the bot into a situation where it commits to a vault or pallet, and then that's how you get them. So once you know that you're up against a bot and know how to play bots, it's not that difficult. I think it's very hard to play with survivor bots as teammates for reasons I have expressed above. Now, this is the most concerning part to me of all. To improve extended matchmaking waiting time, after how long in the queue should survivor bots fill regular trials? And I'm going with never. Or they will want you to put in the number of minutes that you would be willing to wait for a regular lobby to fill with real people before you would allow the slots to be filled with bots. I already think solo queue is difficult enough, or duos, or whatever you want to say, without allowing yourself to go forward with, between 1 and 3 bots filling the game slots alongside of you. So I'm going to put never on this, and this is a very important part of the game for me. I don't know how you all feel about it, but part of the allure of Dead by Daylight is that it's human versus human. You're mind gaming, you're playing against other real people or alongside other real people in the game. And once we lose this, it just shatters the whole image of the game for me. I don't want to see bots everywhere. I think it's a really, really, really terrible idea. The integrity of the competitiveness that it speaks to, I think that it's completely gone, and it makes the game so much less interesting once you start just filling lobbies with random bots. Now, I know you're going to say, well, maybe some bots are better than some players out there, but I still like that human element. Another example of maybe AI going too far. I just don't want that. Once it's turned into a game of me versus computers, it becomes so less interesting to me. And I really don't want this. I don't know how y'all feel about it. Maybe you're just like, oh, who cares? I'll be in a lobby with whoever. Human bot makes no difference to me. Just get me in the game. I couldn't disagree more. I don't know. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on the whole idea. But the game just really loses its appeal drastically for me when there's a bot in the game. And that's when somebody DCs and gets replaced by a bot. I just can't imagine myself ever just going into a game solo queue with 3 bots. It just seems like a terrible, terrible, terrible experience. So I'm not interested, but I'm very curious to see what you think. And, if you feel strongly about it, I would suggest that you take the survey in the way that I did, skipping questions to make sure that you get this part of the survey asked to you, because like I said, not everybody's even getting these questions on their survey asked because they've answered other parts, so this is getting skipped over. So yeah, so that's what we got here for bots. What does it go to after that? I think oh my gosh, more bots. Which of the following improvements would make you reconsider your opposition to survivor bots starting in regular trials? Nothing. How about that? Improved communication with survivor bots. Survivor bots are only allowed to join casual trials with a competitive queue reserved for players. Is that actually a thing that you're considering doing? Is making competitive and casual game experiences? That's news to me. That's interesting. Survivor bots' skills are adjusted to reflect my own. A disclaimer that the lobby was filled with survivor bots with the ability to decline the match. Wow. None of the above. I do not want bots in regular trials. I didn't even know that this follow-up question was here because I hadn't answered the last one when I skipped ahead. I had no idea there was a follow-up. Wow. Okay, and then this part I've seen before. This is asking us like things about what kind of stuff we want to see on social media, like kill rates, escape rates, what perk usage, top 10 perk usage, those kind of things. And then the other ones are kind of like trivia here. So these I did. I'm doing the survey more than once, by the way, because I wanted to get these questions that I didn't have before about the bots. And then it just asks you about your social media stuff, and this is towards the end of the survey. But anyway, that's what I wanted to show you today, because I think that that is the most important aspect of this survey here, which is the bots. Bots is very important to me. So what do you think? Is this old man overreaction, old man yelling at cloud, just let the bots be in, or do you feel strongly against the bots? What's your experience been like with bots thus far? Would you be accepting of trials that are full of bots? Let me know what you think. I'm very curious to see the take the temperature of the community, feel the pulse of the community on this whole bots in game issue that it looks like they're considering expanding. So I want to hear from you. Again, I'm going to have the link to this survey so you can go through and you can participate in the survey yourself if you wish. But as always, I'm very curious to hear what you think, and I appreciate the time that you spend here with me on my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, as it helps the channel a ton. And don't forget to take care of each other in and out of the fog. And we'll see you next time. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye. It's a Gen Rush life for us. It's a Gen Rush life for us. Set a hiding, we do gens. Set a randoms, we got friends. It's a Gen Rush life.